Very good morning, Patreon subscribers. We'll start with gold. We nearly had an interchange, but obviously, clearly, we had a big V. So that's what happened. Look at the sentiment. Crossed to sell. And of course, they sold down here in a big way. They really did sell it. And so obviously, by selling it, it pushed price higher. So we haven't seen a move like this in a long time, where we've crossed 50% very strongly and then come back down very strongly and cost 50% again. So be really careful, and we might get an interchange here. If we do, then it will be a sell at the profitable traders' perspective. But these guys are holding on to their longs, and they're done quite well. Right, so the one below is at 1900. Like I was saying yesterday, when if we breach 1900, the retail guys will be very, very keen to short it because it's the round number. And by doing so, it'll push price. So I know we came to 1900 just above yesterday, and that got them interested enough in order to sell it. So you can see price action here, went long, and at that point there, they sold it right at the very bottom at 1900, and then they really did short it. And then, so that's what we're doing. We're now sideways. So there's no trade recommendation for this because of this and also FOMC. 1970, potential scenario just to flush out some dumb money. And we're not actually that far away, really. Probably in a day, it's probably not going to be done, but it might just want to get those stops out of the equation and it can just, fall. But that might be where we're going to target. So there's no trade recommendations today. Just going to point out levels, okay? We'll start with AU. 71. One below is at 69.79. There's your monthly pivot. So that's of note. We've got a new month now. We're in February. So there's your monthly pivot. Weekly open and daily open. So it's likely, isn't it? 71. So we're 19 pips away. So it's possible. And there's quite a lot of stops above, you can see. There's AU, and you can see how they sold it. By selling it, it pushes price higher. Let's have a look at EU. It's going to be quite hard not to trade today, but we've got the CPI from the Eurozone, we've got PMI from the UK, we've got the Fed interest rate decision, and we've got the Powell conference. So in my experience, it isn't advisable to trade unless you're just scalping in and out with small sizes, but it's up to you what you want to do. I wouldn't recommend placing any trade today because it's basically going to be a stop hunt. So 109.30, 50 pips away. One below is at 108.45, and potentially, we could come up there. We're not that far away. It's looking quite strong. Weekly opens there as well. Because we've got weekly open, we can probably target the SLC. So 108.62. Okay. GU is of note because FXCM have flipped their bias. They're now long cable. So that's of note. And they have just gone long or 50-50. So we want to be careful there. 122.80. One above is 124.50. Weekly open, daily open. We are below the DO. Fairly bearish. Because we were below the daily open, we can probably target the stop loss cluster below. I think the euro pound is going to pump. I think from a fundamental view because of the IMF projections about the UK economy. ECB are going to be a lot more hawkish than the BOE. BOE is going to be dovish tomorrow. Lagarde's going to be quite hawkish. So EG could pump. But I've got burned on the euro pound before a few times, so I'm a bit wary about it, but it could be a good long. Okay, so I'll put a euro pound chart in to show you some levels. So that's what I'll probably do. I think it's going to pump because of the fundamental divergence between the central banks. So that's probably a scenario where this is going to suffer a little bit and the euro can probably appreciate a little bit more than the pound. So that's the pound. So be careful. Don't forget they've flipped their bias FXCM. Dollar CAD, dollar Swiss, dollar yen. And then it will be a big day tomorrow as well. So we have to remember just to take it nice and easy. That's just a crazy move. That is actually ridiculous. That's just horrendous. Yeah, what can you say about that? Yeah, the one below is at 132.88. That would have destroyed a lot of people and crushed them. You can't really trade that, can you? Wow, I didn't realize that. This was crazy. So they really sold it, and they started to go long here. All right, so they had a chance to get out of this candle, but they decided to buy it. Maybe this wick below encouraged them to go long. Normally indicates a bit of buying pressure when there's a big wick below, and it really encouraged them to go long, and we really fell. That's just nuts. This would have been oil related, and we had end of month flows as well, don't forget. So someone didn't want the dollar CAD. It looks like they really no, don't want this anymore. And retail guys obviously caught off guard very badly, very strongly off guard. 132.90 daily open, weekly open levels. 133.03. Okay, so we're below both. Because of that, we should target the stop loss cluster. We're really close. We're 7 pips away. Be careful on that. Dollar Swiss probably equally horrible, I guess. Wow, when this had to fall anyway because we were a sell at the big picture. So this wouldn't be that unusual. So much that 78.5% long, which is a bit bonkers. This needs to come down. One above is at 92.89. We tagged the ATR long. Pretty much we came within 1 pip. So that was a good one. So from your weekly open, we hit the ATR long nearly within like 2 pips. So there's your stop loss cluster there at the ATR long. So that was not a bad setup there if you use your ATR metrics. The one below is miles away. It's down here. And stop loss cluster there is 91.43. Dollar yen, and then wrap up. And any likes and subscribes on the videos would be awesome. I'd really appreciate it. Trying to grow the YouTube community and get as many subscribers as possible. It's all free. So 130.60, and one below is at 129. If you want to join us, there's the Patreon link, and you get lots of things. You get a lot of analysis, and the Discord is full of information and trade ideas. It says the URL there, and you can join us. If you want the daily videos, you can just do the bulletin tier. And this is Discord, and then this is for everything, Discord and spreadsheet. If you are an FX SSI subscriber, you can join us at a discount, and there's an annual saving as well if you wanted to do that. So be careful, trade safely, and I'll speak to you guys soon.